Hi, Aquarius, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for February 17th through 23rd, 2020. Happy birthday to all those Aquarius, Pisces, cuspers this week. The sun does move into Pisces on the 19th, and then we have the Pisces new moon on the 23rd, and we just started this Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So we were all feeling that 12th house energy, and that's the endings, the undoing, the completion, so that we can move forward in the new zodiac year that starts when the sun moves into Aries. So, Aquarius, this week, it's going to be very soulful. You might find yourself in deep evaluation about just different things. And as with all retrogrades, unfinished business is now returning into your life, but it's for the finality of it, the completion of it, since we are in this 12th house energy. All right, let's pull a card and see which area of your life is most likely to be impacted by this Mercury retrograde. And we have the 8th house. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. Okay, this being the area of your life most impacted by this retrograde, Aquarius, this might be intense for you because the 8th house is like the death, the dying of the old, and then the resurrection, the phoenix rising from the ashes, rising from ruin, really. And so many of you could have been going through some dark night of the soul stuff. Some of you could just be going through a lot of really challenging and painful life and soul lessons as of late. Some of you have been working on this cycle for a while because we are in this 12th house energy. And now this coming out, Aquarius, something that was very emotional for you, most likely attached to another person or your resources and assets, okay? Something that really mattered to you. It's like you got screwed over. The life got sucked out of you. Like everything just crumbled to the ground or burned to the ground. And, this could have been something more recently. This could go back a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It's different for all of you because you all have different natal charts and you're all in different cycles, all right? But what was it for you, Aquarius? I would say over at least the last 5 years that just stopped you in your tracks, and you've really been in the struggle to heal, overcome, and move on from. Because finally, with this retrograde, you're getting that closure, you're getting that answer, you're getting that release, you're being presented that new opportunity, whatever that means for you, to break free, to move forward and leave this behind and become healed, okay? So let's pull a card to see what positive energy is associated with this Mercury retrograde for you guys. Blessings. Count your blessings and the good in your life will multiply. So there is a lot of blessing coming for Aquarius with this retrograde because you're finally coming into that full understanding and completion of this very painful lesson that you've learned. And it's spiritually based, it's emotionally based, it's physically based. Like, this is powerful stuff. Each and every one of us go through different lessons like this in life, but this retrograde for you guys, and you guys are the only ones that got 8th house, is finally freeing you from some very painful stuff, and you're feeling so blessed by what's finally coming in. Starts this week and goes for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So let's see which lesson you were learning and you're finally gaining and evolving into from this 8th house energy. Delight. Count your blessings and enjoy life. So count your blessings, count your blessings. Take pleasure in simple things. Always expect the best. Oh, Aquarius. So what this tells me is through the darkness, through the lean times, through the trouble, through all of it, you found a way to still see the light, the positivity, retain, even if it's the smallest sliver of hope for yourself. you know, and also the level of strength and wisdom that you realize you are and that you have within you because of what you've been through. You were able to overcome it, and now you're starting to rise. Count your blessings, count your blessings. That tells me that for some of you, what this is attached to, how you were really hoping that this would be, or this would work out, or this would always be. Now you're finally coming into the understanding of why it couldn't be. And you're realizing the blessing of that, of the ending of that, of the destruction of this, because of where you are now and what you're moving into. You're seeing the blessing of a painful past. And that means you have done so much work emotionally and spiritually, because when something gets us this bad, it is very hard to move through that energy, to come out onto the other side, to see the bright side, and realize how much, you know, stronger and wiser you have become without it totally scathing you and making you empty and pessimistic and apathetic about life and people in general. So this is like the turning of the coin for Aquarius, and there's a lot of blessings that come with this. I love to see that. Count your blessings, because there's a lot coming in, and you're going to also start feeling like certain things that didn't play out for you in the past was actually a blessing in disguise. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Six of Swords, nice. Yes, first card out. You are finally moving on to smoother waters. Knight of Cups, yay, that's happiness. That's, you know, apologies. That's new connections. That's new optimism and hope. Some of you, that's new romance or a new friend. And now we have the Ten of Swords, and that comes after. Look at that. Ten of Swords, probably one of the worst cards in the whole deck. And this just is talking about the intensity of what you've gone through. And now you are at the end of that, Aquarius. You are done with it. The Tower. I was just about to say, if this was paired up with the Tower, like that's the only way it could get worse. And boom, here it is. Yeah. What you went through, whew, like I said, it crumbled to the ground. It's like everything burnt to ashes, and now it's like your comeback, your shedding of that skin, of that life, of that experience, of that version of you, and where you're no longer in that pain, that heartache, that darkness. You're rising up out of it, finally feeling blessed, and it comes after some heavy, heavy stuff. And Five of Pentacles, yeah. Some of you, this was financially. Maybe some of you lost your home, lost your job, and it could have been like you were in a partnership and your partner just turned on you. Like this here is like what we fear the most happening to us. And it's not about to happen, Aquarius. It's already happened. You've already been through it, and you've been working through it for quite some time. And some of you have really been struggling with finances because of it, but you're now moving into smoother, calmer waters. The blessings are starting to come in. You are starting to rise from the ruin of this situation. Even if you thought you would never get past it, you would never get over it, you are. Finally, this beautiful healing coming in, and it's because we're coming to the end of the cycle, this retrograde energy, bringing forth truths that you didn't know before, connecting dots that you were unable to connect before, and just really empowering and so freeing. And there's lots of beautiful energy that's now coming into your life, Aquarius. So you guys have been through a very heavy challenge and struggle, and you've learned. It's humbled you. It's you know, made you more spiritual. It's made you more of a humanitarian. It's made you more empathetic, compassionate. It's changed you in so many positive ways, and maybe you don't know that yet because you've been working through the healing and the understanding. But as you start moving forward, you're going to realize how empowered, how strong, how wise you are for what you've went through. And now what you're stepping into, it's like it's okay the past to be what it is. You're going to let it lie, and you're going to step into what's being offered right now today. And again, some of you are going to look at this situation and feel like it was a blessing in disguise because of what's starting to happen for you now. All right, let's pull some advice. dive. You don't find pearls on the seashore. Yep, see, you guys, everything you've been through and gained is a pearl, and you have to go down to the deep, dark ocean floor to find those pearls. And that's where you've been. And now you're coming to the end of that, and you're coming up for that breath of air, and you have those pearls in your hand. Ooh, Aquarius, that's very powerful to me, this reading. And I am so happy to see you guys coming out of this because, oh, I know how hard that can be. But the sun is finally coming out, Aquarius. Those are your messages. I am wishing you all the best. Take care.